Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to. Shoot, I forget what to do every time. Am I here? I gotta figure out. Good morning. Y'all bear with me for just a minute. I'm trying to add Facebook and I've done forgotten how to do it. Oh wait, invite? No, leave studio. Oh good. Won't y'all be glad when I figure out what the heck I'm doing? Hang on. I gotta figure out how to go to Facebook. Forget how to do it. It's so difficult. Why things have to be difficult? You know, when you have old people trying to do not invite, maybe settings. Hang on. Hang on. Am I boring y'all? Am I on YouTube or am I? No, I'm on YouTube. I got to get to Facebook. Hang on. Uh, where's Jason when I need him? That's all I can say. Where is Jason when I need him? Private chats. I'm sorry, y'all. Just bear with me just a minute. I got to figure it out. I'm still learning how to do all this. I see I'm on YouTube, but I'm not on Facebook. So if I click this, remove, edit, you are live. Hang on. I think I figured. Okay. It takes me a minute, okay? I should be on Facebook too. So let me just wait to make sure I'm on Facebook before I even get started. Chris, I can't wait for y'all to come. Chris is coming to my farm. Okay, I don't see anybody on. Oh yeah, I see somebody from Facebook now. I think. No, that's. Hang on. Can somebody go see if I'm on Facebook? I see people from YouTube, but I don't see Facebook yet. So just give me just a second. It shows I'm on Facebook. Is Facebook asleep? They just schlep in on Fridays and think they can just sleep late because it's raining outside here in Alabama. Everybody's asleep besides me and you guys. Let me. I wonder if I can see myself on Facebook Live. Oh, I am. Okay. It shows I'm on Facebook, but there's no comments coming through yet. How are y'all doing this morning? Are y'all doing okay? It's I woke up this morning to thundering and lightning and just like pouring down rain. And today, my son, my youngest son, I have two kids, and my youngest son is moving into a new apartment today. So I'm supposed to take the truck to move him. And I'm like, dude, it is pouring down rain. And don't you know this? Like, this does not work. So he's still asleep. So I haven't actually been able to talk to him yet. So hang on. I want to try something real quick. Hang on. Another thing that's awful is because I have to do my lives in front of the light and it's hard to see. It says I can create a banner. I still don't see anybody from Facebook yet, but I know I'm on there because I just went to my phone to see if I was on there and it says I am. Yeah, that's me. I'm on there. Okay. Since it's raining outside, it would be stupid to curl my hair, right? So, and plus, I'm gonna be sweating, moving. So, I'm just gonna stick my hair up and be done with it. Um, I have new followers since last time, so y'all bear with me as you get to know who I am. I usually go live in the mornings simply because that's the only time I have time to go live because normally I'm doing tours. This week has been slow, which has been a good thing. Ooh, that looks rough. It's been a good thing that I've been slow because I've needed to slow down. But what's happened to me is when I slow down, then my mind starts concentrating on stuff that it doesn't need to be concentrating on. Do you get like that? Like if your life slows down, you find yourself like, I don't know, getting just worrying and like getting in other people's business that you don't need to be in, like, your family's business when anyway, it's just been, I'm like, Judy, you need to be busy. Like you need to get back busy because it is not healthy for me at all to stay stagnant. It's not. So when you see me wide open, just know that that's best for me. Okay. It really is. I mean, I have been sick. The sickness started Monday night. All of a sudden, I just got this terrible sore throat. And I don't know why my comments are not coming through again. Maybe this is, hang on. Let's see. Wait, it says new comment. My mouse is not working. Anyway, Monday, I started getting, hang on. Y'all just hang on just a second. I can't see my mouse. Where is my mouse? I started getting sick Monday and what? There it goes. Okay, hang on. Okay. It's just like I was out there doing animals and then all of a sudden my throat is like killing me. And I was like, what the heck? And all night, Monday night, I could not swallow. I I said, Shane, I'm sick. And I was like, oh Lord, don't tell me I have COVID for the fourth time. And so I went the next morning. I checked to make sure I didn't have COVID because the last thing I want to do is expose people to COVID. And I didn't have it. And then I just kept feeling worse and worse. So I said, you know what? I ain't got time for this. I need to go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor Wednesday and I have a double ear infection and I have a respiratory infection. I'm like, and the only thing, my son was sick too. And last weekend he was in a performance and I went to the theater to watch him. And I think I picked it up there. Because he was not feeling well as well. So I got a steroid shot and then I got that Z pack, whatever it's called. And I got the steroid pack. Is that the same thing? I got steroids and I got an antibiotic. And steroids make me feel like I am on fire. I am so hot and so ill and so just like, it just feels terrible. But I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. I can talk. I can swallow. So that's good. Y'all got your protein shakes. Got our protein shakes. And I'm on the road to recovery. I'm talking back normal. So those things are good. All right. I'm going to get ready. People keep asking me about my foundation. I'm not selling Clinique. Okay. I'm not that good. And Clinique would never ask me to sell their makeup on my live. I'm not that popular. Okay. So I'm not selling makeup, but it's Clinique. This is the bottle, if you're wondering. Okay. So it's supposed to rain till 2:00 today. And my animals literally hate this weather. When it thunders and lightnings and stuff like that, they get scared to death. So I usually leave them in the barn so they feel safe. And I swear my comments, my mouse is stuck. Oh shoot, hang on. My mouse is stuck, so y'all bear with me just a minute. Now I've got like primer on my hands. Hang on. There we go. There's my mouse. Okay, let's see. Okay. Now I can see, well, I can sort of see my comments. I'll look at the comments in just a minute. So I usually leave them in the barn because I want them to feel safe and I don't want them to feel scared. And goats hate water, like they hate it. But the other animals, the sheep and the alpacas, and the cows and pigs and donkey, they'll stand out in the weather. They're not like goats, but the goats are not getting wet. So I'm going to be late going out there because I need them to stay in the barn. Chickens are crazy. They'll just stand out in anything. All right, I got some sad news. I went out there yesterday and one of my pea chicks was dead. And I thought it was sick. I wasn't sure because I noticed the wings were dropped. And every time you see any kind of bird with the wings dropped, you know it's like something's not right. But unfortunately, in the world of poultry, it happens. They don't all survive. It's terrible. I hate it. I don't know why I like chickens so much because they're chickens, poultry in general. They're the hardest to raise. I mean, they die for no reason at all. Like they don't. It's like they'll be healthy, and then the next day you walk in there and they're dead in the coop, and you're like, oh my gosh, like she showed no sign of sickness. She was running around the yard yesterday and she was fine. They're bad about having heart attacks and stuff like that. And they die for no reason at all. And it's so difficult. It's so difficult. I'm like, Judy, come on, Judy, go with another animal because I'm a softie. And so it hurts me when they die. And I'm like, I need to choose a different breed to absolutely love. But poultry is very difficult to deal with. So that's that. It was terrible. And then this week, I call these people my chicken friends. Okay. My chicken friend called me and she's in the process of moving. And she was like, Judy, will you please come get my chickens? And I was like, well, how many do you have? And she's like, 30. I said, there's no way I can take 30 chickens. It's all I can do to afford what I have. But I ended up taking 12. So I got 12 new hens added to my farm, and they're the cutest things ever. Like we bonded like that. And as soon as they see me, they come running to me. And that's been unusual because normally chickens are very scared. I've talked about this before, but like when you were little and people called you a chicken, oh, you're such a chicken. Like I really never knew what that meant. I mean, I knew people said that, but I really didn't know what it meant until I got chickens. Chickens are scared of everything. And I feel like it's because every predator in the world wants to kill a chicken. Like your skunks, your raccoons, your possums, your coyotes, your dogs, your cats, like everything wants to kill a chicken. And I feel like that's why they're scared. They're like always on alert. Hawks, they're always on alert. So like for the chickens from the get-go to run after me, like towards me, is like what is this? It's like great. I'm like so excited. They're so lovely. So you can tell they came from a great home. And normally I would not take on like I don't know if you call that a rescue, but I wouldn't normally take a chicken because you worry about bringing diseases into your farm. And what happens with chickens is anytime, even if they come from a good home, you have to be be aware is what happens is when they get under stress, whether they're sick at their other place or not, like sickness pops up because they get under stress from going one to home to another. And so then you have to worry about respiratory and stuff like that, and then giving it to your chickens, and it's a nightmare. So you have to usually medicate when anytime you introduce a new animal to the flock, because it stresses the new chickens out big time. So they don't seem stressed though. I mean, you can tell they came from a loving home, because like they love me from the get-go, and I'm like, that never happens. that never happens. Usually they're scared, like people call you a chicken. It's so funny because if let's just say I clean out a coop, okay, or I put a new water in the run, the chickens won't go in it because they're scared. And that's where, like I said, the being chicken, you're such a chicken, comes from, because chickens are literally, they're scared of everything. They're like, I'm not going in that coop. What's in there? I'm like, dude, it's just new shavings. You got a new bed. And they're like, nope, not going in there. And you have to literally force them to go into the chicken coop. And recently, I had a company reach out to me about trying their product and doing a review. And I'm always like, I like doing it. Like, it's fun. You get free stuff in the mail. It's fun. And it feels like you feel honored that they think that I would do a review and be able to pull people into it or whatever. I feel honored. But they sent me an automatic chicken door opener. And I was like, they're like $170. And I was like, well, I'll never be able to afford that. So sure, I'll try it. And so Shane, Garth, whatever you want to call him, I know I confused y'all, put the door up for me. Y'all, that is a darn game changer. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, I'm throwing brushes. I was like, I had no idea that this would save so much time. But it made me nervous because I was like, what if it doesn't open? Like, I don't want to depend on it, because like I don't want to go out of town and depend on the automatic chicken door opener, because what if it doesn't close? Like, that scares me. Like, so I didn't know if I would like it, but I would never just leave and go out of town and depend on it. Never in my entire life. But because I wouldn't trust it. But it is so nice that, because my chicken coops in my chicken yard, they're spread out. Like, they're kind of in a circle, and they're really spread out. So like, and my property's not level. So like, I walk a lot. Oh, I'll tell you what the doctor said about my sciatic nerve too. But I walk 15,000 steps a day. And it has eliminated me to have to walk all over the place, because all I have to do is glance to go, okay, it's 7:30. Did the chicken coop door close? And I'm like, it did. It is so, so awesome. I'm like, oh my gosh. So then you guys are so sweet to me. And a lot of you sent me gift certificate, Amazon gift cards in the mail. And so I said, I'm going to use those Amazon gift cards to get another one, because it's helped me so much. So I bought 2 more. And the people gave me a discount for doing the review. So I was able to get them for half price. So I was like, I'll just use the Amazon gift cards and get them. And so now I have 3, and it has made my life so much easier. Again, I would never trust it to leave it out of town. You know what I mean? No, I am not leaving my chickens without me, trusting a door to close. But it has saved me a lot of time and a lot of steps, being able to not have to walk over there and shut the door. And we know our coops so well that we know what time to program it, because all the chickens go in at a different time. Usually my cuckoo Polish are like they go in early. So we know to set it like at 7:30, 7:45. And so anyway, so last night I was out there by myself doing animals and I was like, this is the bomb. Like, this has helped me so much. The next thing I need help with is the whole water thing. Oh my gosh, y'all. So Shane did put water where I can get water out there. Like, for the longest, I didn't have water out in my farm, and I literally would have to carry buckets. Oh God, that was a nightmare. That was a complete nightmare. So Shane put up that. Well, the next step is getting automatic water dispensers for my barn and I really would like to go natural. Like I was telling Shane, excuse me, I would like to use natural rainwater to catch into, like a barrel and be able to run the water into the barn. Wouldn't that be cool to be able to do that? So that's what I would like to do. So that's in the future because I'm going to tell you something. Running the daggum hose all the way out to the barn, filling up like 4 water containers because the animals sleep in the barn at night. And so I've taught the animals to go to bed. And so they have to have fresh water in there every night. So I have to put fresh water in the the stalls every single night. And it is a pain in the rumpus. So if I could eliminate that, in the past, over the past year, I've gotten injured a lot from overdoing. And I told you guys that I suffer with arthritis and stuff. And I had the flare-ups that I talk about. And so eliminating some of these chores, these everyday chores will help me. So Shane and I are trying to come up with solutions to help me so I'm not overdoing and hurting myself because without me, they don't get fed and watered, right? I can't take care of animals if I'm down. So we're trying to get together and try to figure out how to eliminate some of these chores so I make my life easier because I'm going to tell you something, having a farm is hard. It is hard. It is constant. It costs a lot of money. It's a lot like when you get animals, even if you don't have a farm, let's just say you have dogs. You know what? If you have dogs or cats, you know what it's like to go on vacation. You got to go put them at the vet, or you got to find a sitter. Like you can't just leave. You got to. It's like having kids. You've got to figure out what you're going to do. And I have gotten to the point where I told you guys this before, but I've only left my farm. I left my farm in April to go to Ohio. And I left my farm I left my farm when my son graduated college. One time I went overnight, but Shane was here and Jolly had 4 babies. And then another time I left to go to the meet and greet. I think that was in April. In Jemison, and Shane and I spent the night in a hotel because it was a far drive from us. And the person that was supposed to put my animals up didn't show up. So we had to leave the event. And then the other times when I went to Ohio in 4 years. Well, it's been over 4 years. So, but I don't like to travel. Maybe I'm not human. I don't enjoy traveling. I want to be home. I am a homebody. Ever since COVID hit, like I don't even want to go shopping. Yesterday, I had the day off and I said, you know what? I'm going to drive. I told Shane, I said, I never go shopping. Never, ever. And I said, I'm going to try to force myself to get out if I feel like it. And go get out of the house and just go to Dillard's. And I got up and I was like, I feel good. This was yesterday morning. I said, Shane, I feel so much better. Oh my gosh, I feel so much better. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Dillard's. And then I went and did animals yesterday morning. I was like, oh God, I'm sick. I'm like, I'm sick. So then I got in the bed and stayed in the bed till like 12 o'clock. And I was like, okay, Judy, you got to get up. You cannot lay in this bed all day. You've got to get up. So I forced myself to get up. And my favorite thing to do, it's almost like my car automatically, when it gets out of the driveway, it's like programmed to go to Sonic. Like I have to have a Sonic drink. It's like I don't know how to drive unless there's a Sonic drink in my cup holder. And my two favorite drinks are Coke Zero, or if I'm trying to be somewhat good and not drink a soft drink, their peach flavor slushies are sugar-free. So I get a Route 44 peach slush, and it like takes me hours to drink it, and they have the best ice in the whole wide world. But I am a sucker. I am a sucker for Sonic drinks. And if I get food from Sonic, I'm definitely getting their cheese sticks. That's my but my favorite fast food restaurant is Chipotle. Y'all, I could eat Chipotle every single day. Every single day. I absolutely love. Do y'all eat there? Oh my gosh. Love it. Okay, so back to the animals. Georgia Lee, my female alpaca that I had bred in May, was not pregnant. So when I paid for her for the boy to come over here and impregnate her, it was a guaranteed. So she is bringing the boy back on Monday to rebreed Georgia Lee. So I hope it takes. Pregnancy is good for Georgia Lee. So good for her. It is taught her to trust. I believe that this is the first time she's ever been a mama, and she is the best mama ever, but it has brought her around because she's the one I told you that I thought had been abused, because when I touch her, she throws herself to the ground, and that has gotten so much better. She's actually walking up to, now she won't let you touch her, but she actually walks up to you now. Now she just stands there, but that's huge. That is huge. So I'm really bringing her around. So I really feel like her having another baby is going to help her even more. She loves being a mama. And you know how I told you Tater Bug is the baby, okay? I was trying to work with him with a halter because I wanted him to go places. Y'all, it is stressing him out. He does not, as a matter of fact, it has totally turned him. Because he has that halter on, he is not coming up to people for tours anymore. It's totally changed him. So I was like, you know what? It's not worth it to me. My animals, I mean, I know that it's probably important to put them in a halter because if you need them to go get sheared at the barn, you can walk them without stressing them out. And I do need to teach them this, but it is stressing him out. I have tried the harness that she showed me. I don't know if you saw my video. He cannot handle it. He doesn't want to be away from mama. So I feel like it's a little too soon. I don't know. Maybe he's different from other crias. A cria is a baby alpaca. It's just not working. And I'm not going to do that to him. I'm not going to do it. And what's happened is there was on the halter, there's a little lead leash right here. So he won't come up to you because he knows you're going to hold that. And I was like, this ain't good. Like, nobody wants to come to a petting zoo where the alpacas won't come up to you. And he was the most friendliest thing. He came up to everyone, kissed you on the lips, and he's totally stopped doing every bit of that. And I'm not doing it to him. So I took it off of him, and I'm going to give him some time to chill because he is not liking it all. Okay, I'm gonna read your comments for a minute. Hang on, my glasses are dirty. Do I look weird because I don't have on overalls? Is it raining at your house? Cheese sticks are the mom. So anyway, so that's what is going on with Georgia Lee. So the male will be here Monday to rebreed her. So I'm hoping that goes smooth. All right, let's see. Penny Lane is doing terrible. Her legs, they're like, it's like, if y'all are a farm person, you know what I'm talking about. But it's like she has spraddle leg. And I Googled what causes spraddle leg in adults, and it keeps taking me to babies, and it's talking about slipping on the floor. And I'm like, that's not the problem. So I don't know. I don't know if it's from that spine. You know, the vet came and did an x-ray, and her spine goes down like this, and then it curves. And he believes, and this is why I preach about dumping ducks, is because what happens is someone dumped her off at the lake and she did not have niacin in her diet, because these lakes do not feed the proper nutrition. People that don't have ducks think they need to take bread to go feed the ducks. I remember, look, I was little, my mom did the same thing. That is not nutrition for a duck. And they have to have niacin in their diet, or they're going to have problems as adults, and they're not going to be able to walk. They're not. I've seen it over and over. I've rescued around 15 ducks with the same problem, and it is a niacin deficiency in ducks. Now, I don't know, like Penny Lane was a niacin deficiency when she was young. So the niacin is not totally correct in her problem now, because the problem happened when she's young. The spine issue happened when she was young. So that can't be corrected because it's in the spine. I did order another bottle of niacin. You know what I did? I'm so crazy. I had the niacin in my pocket, and then I pulled a Shane and left the niacin in my pocket and stuck the niacin in the washing machine. And did I tell you that the niacin is in a glass bottle? So I washed and then didn't realize that it hadn't busted in the washer. So then I stuck it in the dryer, and the niacin bottle went all over our clothes. And anyway, there was glass everywhere. So I had to reorder the bottle of niacin. I did see some improvement, because Penny Lane did walk out of the coop, and that was huge. And now, because she hasn't had niacin in a couple of days, I notice it bad again. So I do believe that the niacin is helping her some. Is it going to completely recover her? I don't think so. I think if it would, it would have already done it. But I reordered the bottle of niacin, so we'll see. We'll see. It's always something with animals. Always something. You used to say that when you had kids. There's always something with kids. They're always sick. Need school supplies. Something wanting money from the school. It's always that with animals as well. Let me put my handy dandy watch on. This has been my lifesaver, having a farm, my Apple Watch. All right. I talked to you guys about health the last time we were live. And I had to call a friend of mine. I feel like, that show that's on TV. I need to phone a friend. I didn't want to be a millionaire or something. I needed to phone a friend. So I have a friend that is great at eating right and health. And I messaged her yesterday, and I said, I need a pep talk. Let me just show y'all. Hang on just a minute. Let me show y'all so you get a full understanding of what I'm talking about. hang on. Let me find this picture. Oh, give me a minute. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? Is it a glare? This was me. I'm going to say, wait. This was me. Wait. Year and a half ago. This was the most healthiest I've ever been in my life. I mean, I was totally balanced here. I told you guys when you lose weight, you find muscles. See, look at my biceps. Wait. And I saved this picture because I can remember in this picture that I was so mentally strong, physically strong, spiritually strong, and emotionally strong. And I kind of beat myself up because I've gotten, you know how when you get busy in life, you're like I talk about, you get off balance because you start concentrating on other stuff and then you find yourself, like this, and you're not balanced like this because you concentrate on like business issues. I got to get my business up and running because if I don't, my animals aren't going to eat, and I'm just going to concentrate on social media and building my blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like this. And then my physical starts being neglected, and then when the physical starts being neglected, the mental becomes neglected, and then I'm like, oh, Judy, you're so out of balance, you better. So then what happens is, how do you get back like this? How do you get balance back in your life? And I have been on the struggle bus because my life has been a little bit out of balance. And so I phoned a friend yesterday and I was like, will you just give me a pep talk? She was like, yes. I was like, I can't seem to get my crap straight. And I'm just a train wreck right now. And I was like, I need a pep talk to tell me that I can do this. Just like you need a pep talk to tell you can do it, right? I can pep you up, but I need somebody to go live to pep me up, right? To pep my own self up. So she said, Judy, let's don't make a sudden change. Let's make a minor change. And I was like, that sounds good. So she said, and look, this is you, or this is me, not you. Do you ever like sign up for something because you think you're gonna do it right, and you pay, let's just say, $200 to sign up for this program, and then you don't do it, and then you're like, God, I just wasted $200, and by the time the program's over, let's just say it was a year long, you're like, oh, I want to do this, but now I gotta pay another $200. I'm talking about. So she's like, let's start small. I was like, yes, baby steps. She's like, okay, choose one meal to change for healthy eating. Choose one meal. And I was like, I can do this. Stay away from Chipotle, Judy. Chipotle is probably a good place because they have fresh chicken. So maybe don't put the cheese dip on it. Like make small steps. So I said, okay, I just can't get the to do it. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's here, but I can't get the to like get myself in gear because I'm just all over the map. And so I decided to make a commitment to myself. And I was like, okay, G, you're going to take baby steps. Because what happens if I get too focused on my physical health, then my physical health will start going like this because I'm concentrating on this. And then what happens is you get out of balance again. And then I'm all in the physical. And then my business is like, it should go this way. My business is failing because all I'm doing is concentrating on myself and my weight or getting back healthy mentally and all this stuff. And then this starts failing. So again, I talk about the balance and it is an everyday battle to stay balanced. But it doesn't have to be a chore, right? It doesn't have to be a chore. Hang on, I need to put on my lip. What do I have on? It doesn't have to be a chore. In the beginning of this pink lipstick show don't match this red shirt. Don't follow me for makeup tips. What happens is it doesn't have to be a chore, because anytime you try to change yourself, it's a chore in the beginning because that's all you think about, right? It's like, when's my next, like, let's say you go to changing your eating habits. All you can think about is the next meal. That's all you can think about. I'm starving to death. You sit there, but the more you do the repetition, the more you do it, your brain starts, it becomes a routine. So then your concentration is not there. You just do it in routine. So if you start eating right, like I said in the beginning, you concentrate, when's my next meal? What am I going to eat? Blah, 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 blah. And then months down the road, when you've made a consistent change, then your body automatically goes, and you can tell when you don't eat right because you start feeling fatigued because you ate sugar or whatever it is. Same thing with spiritual. In the beginning, you're like, you have to force yourself. Okay, I'm going to read this Bible all the way through. I'm going to do my quiet time every morning. And you force yourself and you're like, God, I'm not feeling this today or whatever. And you got your phone out. You're like, I'm going to read scripture today to fill my spiritual bucket. And you find yourself, I don't understand this. This is wearing me out. I can't, what is it? What are they even talking about? But when you keep on and you keep consistent, it gets better and better and better. And then it becomes a routine, and you find yourself getting up every morning and grabbing your phone to do your quiet time just between you and God, or whoever you choose to serve or whatever. You find once you start getting in a routine, it just becomes totally natural, and you don't, it doesn't just consume you. But anytime you make a change, it consumes you in the beginning. It just consumes you because you're trying to make a change. But at the end of the day, in order to make a change in your life, at the end of the day, it's one thing, and it's discipline. And that's what we lack, is the discipline, because we all know how to do it. We all know how to eat right. We all know how to exercise. We all know how to pick up our phones and go to the Bible or whatever. We all know how to do it all. We all know. It's just doing it. It's just having the discipline and the power to do it. And that all comes from your mind, because your mind is a powerful tool, right? Because your mind tells you, oh, it's such and such's birthday, I'll just eat this cupcake. And then what ends up happening is then you start getting ridiculed by the people around you. Okay. Because then what they start saying is, she's such a freaking nutcase. She won't even eat a darn cupcake because she's a freakazoid about her weight. And you start getting all this down. And it's the same thing. I am 52 years old, and I have, in the past couple of years, I have gone like to people's houses, like say, and they pop open a beer or whatever. You want one? I don't drink. I still, at 52 years old, sometimes get pressured to drink. And they're like, you don't drink? Nope. I don't drink because I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm not a freakazoid about someone having a beer, but it's just not right for me. I don't enjoy it. I don't like the way I feel. I don't like the way it tastes. I don't like but people put pressure on you to be that way. And it's the same thing when you're sitting in a restaurant and you're sitting there trying to go through the menu and you're trying to eat right? And you're like, okay, well, a baked potato is a starch, it turns into, whatever. I need to eat vegetables. Okay, and you order, I'd like to have a grilled chicken, and can I have a broccoli with no butter? And then the person across from you is like, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, dude, I'm trying to eat right. But that's what happens is, but you've got to be disciplined. It is all about, because what happens is when you become disciplined, people around you don't like it. They don't like it. They don't. You hear me? They don't like it. Okay? Because they lack the discipline, but it has to come from discipline, and discipline takes practice. It takes practice. And just like, I talk about addiction. You always say an addict has to hit rock bottom before they'll start getting better. You do too, honey. You have to hate your life so bad that you want to fix it. Like you're no different. We all are in recovery, right? We all are recovering from something. And you've got to get to the point where you're like, my life is out of control. I am letting this situation keep me up at night. I'm letting it rob me from my happiness. I am letting it ruin my life. Whatever it is, it may not have anything to do with your weight. It may be like you're worrying about your kids, or you're worrying about things you can't control, and it's consuming you, and it's on your mind 24/7, and you become obsessed about it. And if you're like me, if I can't fix something, because I'm a fixer, if I can't fix it, I will sit and obsess about how to fix it. I will obsess. And that is like terrible, because when you're a fixer, your life is consumed on trying to fix other people, and you're not fixing yourself. And the minute you step away, and go, let me look in the mirror at my own self. Instead of me concentrating on fixing my husband because he drives me crazy and our marriage sucks and he needs to change this and he needs to change that. Well, if he would do this, you know what I mean? Like your marriage is like rocky and you're like, he would stop doing this. Things would be 100% better if he would just pay me a little attention. It would be nope, 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 nope. You're being robbed of your happiness. You are concentrating on things that you cannot fix. The only thing you can fix is yourself. Preach and stick is coming out. You can only fix yourself. Okay. And the minute you start trying to fix other people, your life is out of control, because you can't fix anyone. You can't. That is between them and their God. Okay. That's their business. You have to stay in your own lane. And the second you find yourself veering out of the lane and trying to fix someone else, you have to like be so aware of it. You go, oh, I'm in someone else's lane. Come back here. And we're not perfect. We're gonna keep doing it because that's our nature. Our nature is to fix. Our nature is to people please. Our nature, like if you're that way, you know, it's all about discipline. You have to know yourself so well that you have to figure out what your problem is. Like, Judy, why can't you get it together? Why? What is your problem? Like, like I know that me eating wrong takes me to a dead end, because what it'll take me to is the whole eating disorder thing. So if I don't eat right and I start gaining a lot of weight, I'm going to go in the opposite direction and go, I'm just going to starve myself. It'll get me back skinny. And then I have to go, no, 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 no. Remember you on dialysis? Remember what happened to you, Judy? So like I had to shift myself back this way and go, okay, you're not a total train wreck, Judy. Be kind to yourself. You're not a total train wreck. Get yourself together. And I'm telling you this to help you too. Because at the end of the day, we're friends, right? I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, Lord, I'm getting my preaching stick out with my darn mascara. At the end of the day, I'm your friend. You're my friend. We're in this together. We can't do it alone. We need encouragement. We need friendship. We need to know that you're not alone, because I need to know I'm not alone. I need to know that I'm not a freakazoid for feeling the way I feel. You know, that's what I'm here for. is to go, we're in this together. And I tell you all the time, this is not about me. This is not, I don't want this to be a Judy show. I want this to be a, when I first got on YouTube, I told you guys that I went to 13,000 subscribers overnight. And I had 13,000 people that had no idea who Judy was. That was difficult. That was so difficult. It's still difficult because I didn't build this myself. You know, Jason and Brooke helped me get 13,000 subscribers. And I'm like, oh my God, now I've got to build a relationship with people that don't even know who I am, and where Facebook was a gradual growth. I got to 20,000 myself. These people got to know me slowly. They knew who their Aunt Judy was. So it was more gentle on Facebook. But when you get 13,000 friends overnight and you're trying to build relationships with them, you're like, oh my gosh, I told you guys on YouTube, I was scared of you. I was scared to death of you because I was like, they're used to these other farms, and my farm is a little different, but all farms are different, right? You follow people for different reasons. And so I'm having to learn you. I don't know you. Like, we're developing friendships, and I have new followers on Facebook too. And I'm trying to learn you guys. And if you don't comment, I have no idea. There was a lady that pulled in my driveway either last week or the week before. She drove 6 hours to my house. And she gets out of the car and she goes, I feel like I know you. I watch you. And I was like, who are you? And she said her name. And I was like, okay, I don't recognize that name. And she goes, I never comment. I'm like, how are we supposed to be friends if I want to recognize your name? Like, I want to know who you are. Like, a lot of you guys will send me emails and I recognize there's a lady named Jane, and I know I don't know what she looks like, but I remember Jane because my mother's name is Jane. And she'll email me, and I am kind of getting to know her. And there's another lady named Marcia that comments all the time. And I'm seeing what a precious soul she is because she has such a loving heart. And so when you comment, it helps me get to know you. It helps me know who you are and your heart. And it lets me know that I'm not in this alone. Like, I like it when you comment, and I do my best to read all the comments. I told you guys that because if you take the time to comment and you take the time to watch me, then I want to be your friend, and I want you to know that, you're not alone. I can't always respond to every comment because sometimes it gets to be a lot. And if I overlook your comment, it's not on purpose. So please know that. But this weekend, I have been really slow this week, and I feel like I've been slow for a reason. Slowing me down has made me think about like the important things in life. Like what am I doing? Like, what am I here? Like, what am I supposed to be doing with my farm? Does God want me wide open 24/7 just to try to make a living? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm trying to sit back for a minute and try to focus on my family is the most important. My family, I can't do it without my family. Shane is my rock. My kids are my rock. My dad is my rock. And so I feel like that sometimes when I get out of balance, you find yourself neglecting the people that you love because they're going to love you no matter what, right? Because they're your blood. And I don't want to be that way. I want to be balanced. And I work really hard every day. Cynthia, I bet you're going, Judy, your hair looks like a grease bomb. Poor Cynthia. She's been She's been ridiculed since day one. Yesterday, I'm switching the subject. Yesterday, I put a oil treatment on my hair, so I am a grease pit, and you can't wash it for a little while. So you're right. I'm a grease pit right now, Cynthia. You are so right. Okay, what time is it? Is it still raining outside? Soaking wet. I hope that this Friday that you'll take the time to decide what's important in your life and what you need to fix. And instead of just naming it, like I told you guys last week, to write it down what you want to change about yourself, now it's to figure out how to change it. And I'm going to give you this. When I phoned a friend and she told me to take baby steps, I think that was the best advice ever, because when you jump right in, just like I told you, like jumping in YouTube and getting 13,000, that's hard. That is hard. That is so hard. But when you take baby steps and begin to fix yourself little by little, those are more likely to stick, right? Because when you just throw yourself all in and go, okay, I'm going to just change my whole eating plan, like for all my meals, I'm not eating any sugar, that is difficult. But when you take baby steps and make little decisions, like, one thing that is a train wreck for your diet is condiments. And we don't look at that. I'm a ketchup. Like if I'm getting French fries, I'm squeezing the ketchup out for days. Like I'm a ranch dressing, those are like hidden calories that we don't think about. Going to Chick-fil-A, Lord, that Polynesian sauce, I am a train wreck with that Polynesian sauce. I will take those hot, salty French fries and just dig the French fries in that Polynesian sauce. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But those are hidden calories. And so instead of eating 15 packets in one French fry, maybe eat 2. Like little baby steps. Don't take it all away, because if you do, it's not going to stick. We have to make this is a lifetime commitment. This is not, and that's what happens with when you try to change something in your life. Is you're like, okay, say you're trying to quit smoking. Okay, I'm just going to throw my cigarettes away and I'm not smoking anymore. Well, that's a train wreck. That's going to be a train wreck, right? Like the likelihood of you sticking with it, unless you are just really mentally disciplined, that's hard to do. But if you say, okay, I'm going to cut back to a half a pack a day. So what I'm going to do is, I love smoking my cigarettes after I eat. So I'm just going to try to occupy my mind and go clean out a closet. I always talk about that, right? Or I'm going to go walk, like exchange some, you know what? Okay. Like, you know what fasting is? Like you give up something for something, like you're fasting. I fasted my sleep in order to read, because I forced myself to get up in the morning to read scripture, because I wanted to read the Bible all the way through. So I began to slowly fast my sleep in the mornings. Okay. And so, if you fast, like I want to quit smoking, so I'm going to fast. And instead of smoking in the mornings with my coffee or whatever, I'm going to walk. I'm going to, walk 3 laps around the thing and not smoke. And then I'll smoke after I eat my breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Like little baby steps like that's going to help you get in the right direction. And, and we all know that smoking can cause cancer. We know it causes emphysema. We know all this. And don't you love it when people go, you're just killing yourself with one cigarette at a time? People that don't have that addiction, they don't get it. Like I don't smoke. I don't get it. I'm like, you're stupid. You're stupid I tell my kids, I'm like, it's stupid. It is so stupid. Do you know that your grandfather died at 60 years old from smoking cigarettes? Like I'm very I'm very pissed off about it. And when they do it, I am mad. I'm like, don't you get it? You know, no, I don't get it. I need to be more kind, because me getting mad and me going, you're gonna die, you know, like, what is that causing? It's causing me to have anxiety, and it's causing a bad relationship between me and my son, because all I'm doing is, excuse me, but no, I'm not going to say a bad word. I'm griping 24/7. Well, who wants to be around that? No one. So if I step back and don't say anything and let him deal with his own issues, but it hurts me as a parent to watch that and go, you know, doesn't he get it? But I have to stay in my own lane, because anything I say is not going to stop him from doing it. And he has to come to that point himself. And you know what? At the end of the day, he hates it. He wished he could stop. But I hear that smoking is the hardest thing to quit. But you have to want it so bad that you're going to stop. But those are steps you have to take, and it has to be baby steps. I mean, some people can just throw their cigarettes away and they don't ever turn around again. God bless them, right? There ain't many of them out there. But if you exchange it, if you put something in its place, put something healthy in its place. I don't know what it is. Maybe, maybe okay, I'm going to watch Judy live on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 7 to 8, and I'm not going to smoke a cigarette between 7 and 8 o'clock. That's a step. It's a step in the right direction. You can do it. It's just here. It's changing this, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And like I said, we all struggle with something different. I'm just giving examples. I mean, I'm just, I don't want to get stuck on one problem. I get stuck on eating because that's my issue, but that may not be your issue. Yours may be smoking. Yours may be something else, So we're in this together. We're in this together, right? Okay. Maybe I should give up these. I ain't giving that up. Just saying. That's not important to me because I don't drink them all day long. So I feel like one Coke Zero in the morning is not going to hurt me. All right. Let's see. Am I missing all these comments? How are y'all? Y'all okay? Good. Chantix. I've heard that works. I've heard that. I'm reading y'all's comments. Y'all are talking about the smoking. Mine is eating. Yeah, mine too. It sucks. It sucks. Because I'm the type of person that, like, if there's ice cream in the freezer, I have to eat it all or it's on my mind 24/7. Like, that's not good. That's not good. I mean, I find myself waking up in the middle of the night and my mouth is quenching for the ice cream. Like, that's a problem when that happens, right? Like, when you find yourself just, like, having to interrupt your sleep to go smoke a cigarette or go eat ice cream or whatever, then you're a daggum train wreck, and that you need to, that's one area. When something consumes your mind, that's one area that you need to fix. Kathy, I'm not reading the whole thing, but I read the first part. Family, like when I envision family, I envision this Christmas is beautiful. The kids come over, the grandkids come over. No one's fighting. Everyone is loving. We're all smiling. I don't think I don't know. My family doesn't exist like that. When we had this routine that we did where when I was young, we'd go to my grandmother's every Christmas, and my aunt would come, and That's where me and my brothers opened up Santa Claus, because my mom was a single mom. And as you grow up, things start traditions change, and it's hard for traditions to change and know how to deal with that. And to this day, I struggle at Christmas. And I have been, when my mother passed away, um, the traditions changed again, and none of us knew what to do. And then one of my brothers got really, really sick, so then that tradition changed, and now my family doesn't even get together for Christmas. It's the saddest thing ever, and it literally breaks my heart. Christmas just beats me up. I get so sad. One year I didn't even put up the Christmas tree because I was so sad. And I had a lot of PTSD because my other marriage, my husband did not like us to spend money on presents for my kids. And I am 52 years old and have never had my kids open up Santa Claus on Christmas morning. And I beat myself up over that because I allowed somebody that controlled me to control that part of me. And my kids used to go to their dads for Christmas, and I never got to see it. And then my husband wasn't a gift giver. So I would wake up every Christmas morning going, not that Christmas is about presents, but I had no family around. And so now that I'm married to Shane, Shane is a big hunter. And so Christmas is when Shane thinks about Christmas, he thinks about hunting. He can't wait to go hunting. So I've had to learn, you know how I tell you that you can't change other people. I had to learn how to take care of myself during Christmas so I don't get sideways. I have to. And so what I do for myself is I'm like, okay, what can I do for myself to be kind to myself? One Christmas, I think it was 2 years ago, I woke up Christmas morning. I was by myself, no kids, no husband, by myself. I literally got in the car and I drove to this waterfall that was the most beautiful waterfall I've ever seen in my life. And I had gotten on, there's this Facebook page goes What to Do in Alabama or something like that. And I decided I was going to start going to waterfalls because I find beauty in waterfalls. And so this waterfall was like 15 minutes from my house. So I got up Christmas morning. I went to the waterfall and I sat there and looked at the waterfall, and I'm just bawling, missing my mom, missing my dad, wishing like, and then I was like, stop, Judy. Look at the beauty into this waterfall. And then I was able to stop myself and get myself together and begin to count my blessings. And so I have to, like during holidays, I have had to learn to take care of myself. I've had to. And things I do for myself is I go get Botox. Y'all have seen pictures on my Facebook page. This used to look like a road map. It used to bother me. And I thought my 50th birthday, I had to take care of myself. And I was like, how am I going to take care of myself for my birthday? And I said, you know what? I'm going to go get Botox. I'm going to go see if it works. It's something I've always wanted to try. And I'm just going to spend the money on myself and be selfish for my 50th birthday and do something for myself. So I went and had it done. So then every holiday, my birthday and Christmas, I go and have Botox done for myself. It's something that I enjoy. I would never pay for that out of my pocket, but it was something. Oh, my son's calling me. It was something that I did for myself. I did it for myself. And so during holidays, the way I take care of myself is I go pamper myself. Seems so selfish, but it's a way for me to take care of myself. There was last Christmas, I've never had a designer purse ever in my life. Like I'm a thrift store, Walmart or something purse. I do not buy expensive purses. And last Christmas, I said, you know what? I am 51 years old. I have never had a designer purse in my life. And I'm going to go pick out a designer purse. So I took months like going around to stores, looking at beautiful purses. And I was like, I mean, I felt like I had anxiety. I was like, oh my gosh, $300 and $400 for a purse. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. And I had to make myself. I was like, Judy, go buy the purse you want. Go do it. So I went to the store and I found this little cross purse. And I was like, I'm just going to do it. I had to talk myself into it. Judy, it's Christmas. Go do it. And I did it. And I had anxiety at first. And then I was like, wow, my first designer purse that I've ever had in my life. I was like, so that's what I do to take care of myself. If I depend on my kids or my father or stepfather, or Shane, if I depend on them for my happiness, it is going to be a letdown because they're a human being. You have to take care of yourself. And whatever drives you crazy about yourself, go fix it. This drove me crazy. It drove me, I hated it. So now I'm like, you know what? I look younger. I like it. I'm going to, I did it for myself. Now I don't have wrinkles up there. I mean, will I stick with it? I don't know, but I did it and I liked it. You have to take care of yourself. No one's going to take care of you but you. You have whatever is bothering you, you have to go fix it. Don't let it consume you. Don't let it rob you of your happiness because it's just going to pull you down for the rest of your life. Life is too short. I've seen that in my parents losing their life at 60 years old. Life is too short. Fix you. Do what makes you happy. For once, like we as women and men, we put everybody before ourselves, right? Because that's just what we do. We'll go without to give our kids, or we'll go without to give our wife, or we'll go without to give our spouse, whatever. Be selfish for once. And it's really not being selfish. It's called taking care of yourself. And when you take care of yourself, you're a much better person to be around because you're happy and you're content. So, whatever it looks like, your happiness, go do it. Just go do it. And if you say, I can't afford a designer purse, me neither. Me neither. Me neither. You know what? Just, I don't know what you have to do. Like, I don't know if you put it on a non-interest credit card and you pay it off a little bit at a time. I don't know if you just go rob your money out of your savings account. I don't know what you do. Do you go sell something on Marketplace to get the money for your purse? Well, you better start doing it now. Maybe you should see, this is August, September, October, November. You have 4 months to save for your Christmas present. You have 4 months to save. So start saving for your own Christmas present. All right. Okay. I got to go. I've got to go let the chickens out. Right. Thank y'all for joining me this morning. I hope I said something that can help you guys. I love you with all my heart. And I would not be in this position today if it wasn't for you, for encouraging me to be the very best I can be, because you guys help me so many ways. I want to end by this. I want you to know how social media works because it's hard to understand if you're not a creator. When you watch my videos, when you like my videos, when you comment on my videos, when you share my videos, you help my farm grow. That is my income. So you being here today, you 108 people that are here today are helping my animals eat. So thank you for joining me. When you like it, I'm in a bonus program on Facebook. So every time you comment and heart and like and all that stuff, it's income in my pocket to help me support this farm. So I want you to know that. So you being here is so important to me because you're helping me. Social media is helping me not kill myself as much. You know how I was tour, field trip, birthday party, at schools, I was killing myself, right? 24/7. By you watching my videos and being here with me, it helps me slow down a little bit and have my marriage back and take care of my dad. Like, I'm not stressing as much about having to take off in September and October to take care of my dad, because I am now getting paid on social media as a creator. And again, you're helping give back to me every time you watch and like and comment and share. You're helping my page grow. And I thank you so much. So I want you to know that up front. And it's hard to talk about because I don't want it to be all about money. But my farm takes money in order for me to have it. I spend a lot of money on my animals in my farm, and all farms do. So every time, and I'm not just talking about my channel, these other channels, these other farms, we work so hard, y'all. All these farms work so hard to bring content to you, to share our lives with you. It is hard to open up and share our lives with you because we get criticized a lot, and sometimes it's very difficult. So when you watch these other channels, just know that you're helping provide for them, because at the end of the day, we have vet bills and we have feed bills and we have upkeep and we have all this stuff that costs so much money. And so we try really hard to build a platform to help us. Most of us start off and go, if I can just pay my feed bill, I'll be happy. That's what every one of us say. If I can just make enough money off social media that I can feed my animals, I would be completely happy. That's majority of our goals. So just know that. Thank you. Okay, today is Friday. Monday, I said we could start over. Friday is celebration day. So this weekend, you can change one thing that you hate about yourself and make that baby step. Okay. I don't know what yours looks like. I don't. Mine is just choosing one meal a day to eat right. That's my little baby step. Okay. But you can take the choice. You can sit it out, or you can dance. And by dancing this weekend is making one baby step. All right. And making that baby step in your life is going to change someone else's. Okay. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. I'm ending. If I can find my mouse. Don't you just love it? It sucks not being able to see. Let me turn this off. There it is. Okay. See you next time. Love you. Bye-bye.